What's good? Today is Thursday, June 25th. It is 8:19 p.m. Finishing up my shift here at work. It was a heck of a day today. Honestly, it was pretty stressful, but we made it through. We had a couple of call outs today, so we are very short staffed. So a lot more responsibility was placed on me as well as my other coworker, but we were able to get it done. So cannot complain. But let's get right into it. The topic is in order to love yourself, you must behave in ways you admire. From Irving Yalom. I think majority of the people who hate themselves or are depressed are doing things that they ain't really necessarily pleased about. And yeah, it could be hard to fix some of those habits because some of those habits could now have become addictions. So it's hard to pull away from that. And I've even noticed for myself, um, typically the times when I don't necessarily love myself or I feel really, really bad about myself, it always follows negative actions I'm doing. When I'm lusting after women, yeah, that's typically when I feel some type of shame. Where I don't really feel that great. Where I might even feel disconnected from God a little bit. When I indulge in some of my vices, i.e., smoking weed, in the moment, obviously, I don't really feel bad, but the next day when I wake up feeling groggy or slow or like just mentally, I have like this brain fog. That's when I feel the most shame about myself. When I'm doing things that I know I shouldn't be doing, when I'm acting in a way that I know I shouldn't be acting, when I don't really have moments when I really lash out, but maybe when I miss an opportunity to carry myself in a respectable way, when I might be a little bit rude to somebody or I act a little bit out of character or act in a way that is of somebody with poor character. And I sit back and I start to think and I start to feel bad about myself and I'm like, dang, why'd I do that? You know, those are the times where I really don't have much love for myself. And I notice typically every time I don't have a lot of love for myself, they follow actions that I don't admire. They are actions that I deem to be bad. And just because I deem it to be bad doesn't mean it necessarily is bad or somebody else might deem it to be bad, but you kind of got to go based off of your own personal values and the morals that you have. And it's crazy because the people who I have come across who have been depressed or who have very high anxiety and who don't really love themselves, they typically are living it in a way that isn't necessarily admirable. And they even will admit that some of their actions are detrimental, but yet they still do them. Some of it could be out of comfort, it's difficult to change. Some of it could just be out of addiction. And when you do have a addiction to whatever it may be, it's very hard to break that. And you might be battling yourself and battling your thoughts for a long time. You might not even love yourself for a long time because of those actions. And I notice when I am the happiest or, when I'm maybe at peace or when I have some semblance of joy in my life, it's typically followed by days of me doing what I know I need to do. Even if it is a hard day, even if it is a rough day, because I still did the things that I know I did, carried myself in a manner that I respect, I deem respectable, and exhibit certain qualities that I think a man of high character should exhibit, those are the days when I feel the best, where I feel like I'm at my best. Even if it's a rough day, it's the fact that I decided to carry myself in a certain way. Cool. The days where I'm clean, I don't get high. The days where, I don't overly lust after women or look at explicit photos on my phone, those are the days where I'm the most proud of myself, where I probably love myself the most. So maybe if you are having difficulty loving yourself, maybe it's the habits that you currently are exhibiting. Maybe it's the habits that you currently do on a day-to-day level. And in order to truly love yourself, you got to carry yourself with respect, you know. Be someone, I mean, everyone is worthy of love, so I can't really say be someone who's worthy of love, but carry yourself in a respectable manner, you know. And here's the thing, it you don't gotta abide by society standards, you know. What is respectable in your eyes? Only you can answer that. But whatever that may be, do those actions. Carry yourself in certain ways, you know. I respect sobriety, I do, you know. I got a coworker. She don't do nothing. Crazy enough, she don't even take caffeine. And caffeine is not like a drug or nothing like that. But like, she don't do nothing, no type of stimulant at all. And crazy enough, I respect that wholeheartedly. Now, other people might not. Other people don't. But I do, you know. People who are able to control their sexual desire, you know, and have some semblance of self-control. That's a quality that I respect, you know. Carrying yourself like a true man, you know. Walking with your head high. Looking people in the face, being able to shake their hand, you know. Be confident in yourself and your abilities. That's what I respect, you know. A man who could come up to me and look me in my eye and is not afraid of confrontation. And not in a disrespectful way, but in a way where he might be trying to help you, you know. Or he wants to work out a problem with you. Those are things that I respect. So because of that, I try my best to live by that code and to carry myself that way, you know? And you might not respect those qualities, and that's fine. But whatever qualities you do respect, you know, that's how you should be living your life and carrying yourself. And once you start doing that, you'll probably start to love yourself more than you ever have before. Because you could carry yourself with respect. You're doing the things that you admire. And don't get me wrong, you're not always going to be perfect. You're going to fall, you know, i.e. me. I mean, I still smoke weed sometimes. You know, I still fall. I'm still struggling. I'm still praying to the Lord and asking him to fix me, you know, and to give me a purified heart, a purified mind, and to help me to hate the sins that he hates. But I still struggle on a day-to-day basis. It's hard, man. Because a lot of these habits I've built up over years, and now I'm trying to break them. So it's hard to do so when you're going to fall. But the whole point is to get back up and to keep on pushing and to truly love yourself. So you give yourself grace, but you also hop back on, you know, you get back on the wagon. You get back to doing the things that you admire. You get back to exhibiting the traits that you admire and expressing those traits to the world, and not just say that you like them or not just say those are traits you admire, but show the world that this is who I want to be. These are the traits that I believe are admirable. So I'm going to carry myself in that way. And once you start doing that, you'll start to love and respect yourself. So that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. I'm tired, and I want to go home. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for taking the time out your day to hear me rant. Brody, I love you. Keep your head up. Keep on pushing, man. Keep on working hard. Don't ever stop. And in order to love yourself, you must be someone that you admire and carry yourself as such. So make sure you carry yourself as such. I'll catch you later, dog. Peace.